It's not exactly a secret that I am a fan of heart rate training and just the benefit that it has for pretty much any runner out there. That said, from time to time, I've had athletes that I coach that have been excited to try heart rate training, and after a few weeks or maybe even a month or two of being focused on their heart rate during their training runs, they start to notice that they don't exactly enjoy running anymore, and maybe actually have found that heart rate training makes running less fun for them. In today's video, we are going to talk about what to do if you find that heart rate training makes your running less enjoyable. When it comes to heart rate training, again, I'm admittedly biased. I love it. It's definitely been a huge boost for me and my running, but perhaps I'm not a perfect representation of the entire running community as a whole. So what do you do if you find yourself not enjoying heart rate training, but you understand the science, you understand the benefits of heart rate training, and you want to see some of the benefits of slowing down, running easy, still being able to race fast, maybe reducing your risk of injury, improving your aerobic fitness, but slowing down and potentially even doing more walking than running just isn't fun. And first and foremost, I just want you to know that I get it. I get it. Running is something that we should do for fun. I think it's probably safe to say, though no disrespect intended, that your running and your results of your running are probably not the thing that's putting the food on your table and the roof over your head, right? More than likely, your reason for running is that you enjoy it. Whether it's that you enjoy the time with friends and the social aspect of running, whether it's that you enjoy just being out by yourself on the roads or the trails and a chance to get away from the hustle and bustle of the world itself. Maybe you enjoy the competitive aspect of running and pushing yourself and seeing the progress of trying to get faster, race faster. Maybe you love that race day environment. Any/all of those options are viable. There's nothing wrong with those options. In fact, to be quite frankly, most of us, myself included, probably have, a mix of all of those reasons that we enjoy running, where we enjoy the social aspect. We enjoy some time by ourselves. We definitely enjoy race day and the feeling of pushing our limits and getting faster. And so for one reason or another, or maybe a whole host of reasons, you found that slowing down, running easy, trying to keep your heart rate in check really just sucks the joy out of running. If that's you, my advice for you on how to proceed is really simple. Quit doing heart rate training. Yes, heart rate training is still beneficial. Yes, I'm still a believer of it. But first and foremost, I think you need to have fun in the sport. So just like anything else that might be sapping your joy from running, if heart rate training makes running less fun, don't do heart rate training.
But Diz, I still want the benefits of heart rate training without being a slave to my watch. What should I do?
Great question, and after the break, that is exactly what we will discuss. Would you like to work with a running coach for free? Of course you would. Who wouldn't? And each month I pick a new winner. All you've got to do is get your name in the hat, and you can do so at dizruns.com/giveaway, and we'll have a link down there in the description of this video, or on the homepage, dizruns.com, whatever works best for you. And now let's get back to the video. So you like the idea behind heart rate training, you understand the science, but you just can't find the joy in running while making sure that you keep your heart rate in check, in your zones, underneath your MAF threshold. So then how do you move forward while still enjoying your runs? Well, here are a couple of suggestions that will hopefully work for you. First, err on the side of running easy. That is the whole idea of heart rate training, right? Is to use your heart rate to determine what is an easy level of effort and use that as your guide. Well, let's just eliminate the heart rate from the factor and just focus on what you're feeling. Focus on your breath. Sometimes, even if it doesn't line up with your heart rate, if you're running comfortably, you don't feel like you're working too hard, you're not huffing and puffing, things like that, you're still getting the benefits of running easy, even if your heart rate may or may not exactly agree with how easy you think you're doing. So if that works for you, if that allows you to keep running with your friends, enjoy your training, but not getting bogged down in the heart rate details, that works for me. Again, the priority here is having fun, so slow down to the point that feels easy, but don't worry about what your heart rate strap and your watch are telling you. Another option to help keep your runs from getting too intense without measuring your heart rate is to mix in some regularly scheduled walk breaks. Now maybe that's something that you're already doing, in which case keep on keeping on. Nothing wrong with run-walk intervals. It's a great way to build your fitness, great way to increase your mileage, great way to build your aerobic base. I am a fan of run-walk intervals. But if you're the type of runner that just likes to get out the door and cruise, but you feel like maybe by the end of your runs you really are huffing and puffing a little more than you'd like to, or your heart rate just seems to jump through the roof after just a few minutes of running, maybe mix in a few regularly scheduled walk breaks, whether that's every couple minutes, every 5 minutes, every mile, whatever it is. You can play around with the intervals, you can try some different things to see what works for you, but using those regularly scheduled walk breaks of somewhere between 30 seconds, maybe a couple of minutes, again, play with the intervals, find out what works best for you. But that can be a perfect bridge to not being a slave to your heart rate and not worrying about your heart rate, but still keeping the overall level of intensity of your workout low enough that you're definitely seeing those aerobic benefits. You're definitely still reducing that risk of injury. Basically, it's a way to get the majority of the benefits of heart rate training without the stress of feeling like you have to keep your heart rate in a certain zone. Look, I've said it before, I'm sure I'll say it again. I think heart rate training is a great option for just about any runner, whether you're new to the sport, whether you've been running for decades, whether you're preparing for your first 5K or your 20th 100 miler, anything in between. I think heart rate training can be a viable and useful tool for just about any runner. That said, in no way, shape, or form do I feel like heart rate training is the best option for everyone. If you find that heart rate training is really sucking the fun out of the sport, then don't worry about heart rate training. Make sure that you're putting your fun first, that you're enjoying your runs, and everything else will kind of more or less take care of itself. So keep getting out there, keep putting in the work, keep having fun first and foremost. And if that means that heart rate training isn't for you, then that means heart rate training isn't for you.